I recently replaced a 2-hour task with a 2-minute script. How did I do this? Well, I used AI. I did a little bit more than that, and what I needed to do was find a solution for managing my business expenses, and that is essentially scanning in all my receipts, recognizing what they were, and logging them. So between a combination of Gemini and Zapier, and Google Drive. I've got a simple system. Once I get a receipt, I just scan it with the Drive app, or if it's already in the electronic format like a PDF, I just pop it into a monthly folder, and as soon as it lands in the folder, my workflow picks it up, scans it, names the receipt accordingly, and creates an entry into a Google Sheet, and that's it, done. It saves me at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours every month. And over time, that adds up. So think about the more of these sorts of things you can automate, the more time you're going to get back. Now, it's important to note that so there is intelligence, of course, in Zapier and the LLM that does the recognition of the PDF. You need to be very particular about the inputs, so making sure they're in the right format. So in this case, PDFs. You know, if you did something like a JPEG, it might not work, or an Excel sheet. Because it specifically needs to be a PDF. You need to be clear what you want done. So what is the process that should happen? And you need to be very clear about the outputs from that step. So it's the same when you automate another business process that involves data. You need to be very clear about what that process is, what the inputs are, and what the outputs are. And it's also important to note that it's not worth automating an inefficient task. So first, look at that task and think about, are there any unnecessary steps in there? Is there any sort of repetition? And make sure that you streamline that process first, conceptually, and then automate it, because you're just wasting your time automating an inefficient process because you're going to get an inefficient output. So let me know in the comments below, what is the one thing that you can save time on by automating tomorrow? Thanks for watching.